Welcome to the very first episode of the Aetherband channel. My name is Travis Finley, and I will be your host primarily on this channel. And what this is going to be is a challenge to the scientific community from a layperson, somebody who has not been peer-reviewed, but who has thousands of video and camera footage, thousands of hours of video and camera footage. And in my investigation into mirages, I have come to disagree with pretty much everything that I'm reading. So this is going to be just a channel where I express my thoughts. Hopefully this gets some traction, and you guys can interact with me through my email address, which will be in the description box. Okay, so basically, again, I'm going to approach this with you if this is something that you've come across for the first time. I'm going to give you a lot of great footage that's my own personal footage, and interact with whatever we come across. So I'm just going to start with this. An introduction to mirages. This is from Andrew Thomas Young at his SDSU site, and I will put that link in the description as well. First of all, what is a mirage? Mirages are not optical illusions as many people think. They are real phenomena of atmospheric optics, and this is a term that I am going to clarify on right here. When I first started looking into this arena, I did so without familiarizing myself with this field. So the observations I was making, I was describing in my own terms, and what I came to describe as the Aether Band is simply atmospheric optics. Atmospheric optics. 6 syllables as opposed to Aether Band. 3. So I'm saving 3 syllables. Okay? The Aether Band is simply the same thing as atmospheric optics. So just to put a fine point on it, Aetherband is a term that I smithed, and I did this to account for the manifold miraging effects observed over distance, whether terrestrial or aquatic. Aether simply refers to the air and all its constituent elements which compose its nature. Band simply refers to that area of 3D space which contains the observation being made. This band can be as broad as the entire field of view or a smaller isolated section. The Aether Band is the cause for every minute and alternating effect under the broad category of atmospheric optics or refraction phenomena. Right. These are caused by strong ray bending in layers with steep thermal gradients. Okay, so right there for me, that is ambiguous, if not meaningless. Ray bending in layers with steep thermal gradients. Okay, so that is a concept that we're going to need to have explained to us. In a mirage, there is at least one inverted image of some object. This mirror image is the origin of the word, of the French word mirage, which comes from the phrase "c'est mirage." I don't know how to speak French, so I don't know if I'm butchering that. Which means to be reflected or to see one's image in a mirror. Often a mirage contains multiple images. Okay, that would be interesting for you to demonstrate. Often a mirage. It depends on what is in your field of view. Alternately, erect and inverted. The erect image is the physical image, and the inverted image is the visual reflection, which I am going to suggest is in the air, not on the water. When you have a reflection on the water, it is not a mirage. When you have a reflection on the water, it is not a mirage. It's a reflection. A mirage is not a reflection off of water. That is what a reflection is. A reflection is off of the surface of water. Mirages are inverted images in the air. All right? Mirages are traditionally classified according to the number and relative positions of these images. The classical mirages are an inferior mirage, where the image is below the erect. The erect means physical. If you have a boat on the water and there is a mirage underneath, the erect is the physical boat and the inverted image is the mirage. A superior mirage is an inverted image above the erect one. Okay? 3-image mirage is an inverted image between erect ones. I'm not really sure that I've ever captured one of those. An inverted image between erect ones. I don't know how that would be possible, but anyway. And then the Fata Morgana, which is a complex alternation of distorted, erect, and inverted images greatly stretched vertically. Okay, that is absolutely meaningless until we can see it in a picture, and we'll get to that. In addition, there are the recently recognized mock mirage and Alfred Wegener's Nachspiegelung. As these have different optical mechanisms, I like to call them pseudo mirages. Because refraction displaces images primarily in a vertical plane, okay? So, because refraction displaces images primarily in a vertical plane. All right, so this would, for me, I would need to know what this phrase means, vertical plane. What does that mean? Right, so vertical is straight up and down. Vertical is perpendicular to the horizontal, right? That's what vertical means. Vertical is straight up and down. If you have an angle, it's not vertical. If you're horizontal, that's not vertical. Okay, so a vertical plane, I'm not really sure why he uses the term plane. I would have thought that you could just use the word line, right? A vertical line. But maybe he's using plane because it's a conceptual line? I don't know. All right, refraction displaces images primarily in a vertical plane. Okay, so think about what we're reading here. What does this mean? What does this look like? Where do we see this? When do we see this? And when you say primarily, that means not always. So, anyway, the various images that are usually stacked up are directly on top of one another. The different types are described in a little more detail here. Okay? So, the different type. There we go. Mirages are distinguished from other refraction phenomena. Okay? Other refraction phenomena. We've got 1, 2, 3. Atmosphere acts like a prism or a wedge. Like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. It acts like a prism or a wedge. So a prism, when you shine light into it, quote unquote, splits the colors out of the ray of light, so that you have a rainbow, right? So I mean, like this kind of stuff is important. A wedge, what does that mean? Atmosphere acts like a wedge. All right, so we've got a normal refraction, normal, quote unquote. What's this? Normal refraction. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. Sorry if this is rambling, but it just is what it is. Here are some simulations of terrestrial refraction in the standard atmosphere. Standard atmosphere. What is the standard atmosphere? Like, what the smurf is this? I mean, honestly, people, listen, come on. Please do not... I started this out with, I am questioning this whole science. What is this? What is this? This doesn't look like reality. Right? It doesn't look like... This is not reality. Here is the temperature profile for standard atmosphere. Okay, standard atmosphere, defined in a 1976 publication. Standard atmosphere in the lower parts, whatever, its most important property is its constant lapse rate. Okay, so standard atmosphere hasn't even been defined yet, but we're told then it's most important. Okay, okay, standard atmosphere, where is this defined? Okay, the standard atmosphere is defined in, okay, but we don't have that right here. There's no link for this, right? Further details are in NASA. Don't get me started. Alright, whatever. Have fun with that. Alright. The standard atmosphere's most important property is its constant lapse rate. Constant means here uniform, right? Because it's constant, it's uniform, of 6.5 Kelvin per kilometer. All right, so if you're at ground level and you go up 1 kilometer, there is a lapse rate in temperature. I don't even know. Temperature? What is this? Pressure? What is this? 6.5 Kelvin. What is this? What is that? I have a page showing its temperature profile. And there we go. What this doesn't, this means nothing. Okay, okay, like if this is like a hieroglyphic, it doesn't, this is like a code. This means nothing. What's the, whatever. All right. I don't even know if I'm going to do this or not. This is not going well. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know, I mean, I've been doing this for over 2.5 years, and every time I read this, I get absolutely frustrated. Absolutely frustrated, because I feel like this information is so narrow and ambiguous and not clear. So all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end with a video that I have for you, and I want you just to watch this footage and just be amazed and see what I've captured, and then hopefully that will entice you to stick around, because I've got a lot of great stuff to show you, and I'm going to try to do the best that I can, but this is not going to be a professional job. I'm going to do the best I can. I can do pretty good, But, you know, it's going to be what it is. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the description box for my email, as well as the link for this site here that I'm using. All right. So until next time, I have been your host, Travis Finley, for the Aether Band channel.